Hi, this is Vicki with the Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I am doing a little bit of a fun project today. I like to do cards on Wednesdays and then some sort of a fun project on Saturdays, whether it's a special type of stamping or whether it's a 3D project, box, bag, fun fold, whatever. You get it. Well, today I'm actually going to be doing this cute bag. Now these bags are sold by Stampin' Up! I believe you get 10 of them. They're copper dotted treat bags. Yep, you get 10 in each package. And I am doing a Bunco, let's see, on Monday actually. By the time this is aired, Bunco will be the next Monday. So if you're coming to my Bunco, this is what you're going to get. One of the things you're going to get. I'm not showing you what's on the inside though. But I'm going to show you how to recreate this. Now, this is not available anymore. This is some of the celebration ribbon, but I had a lot of it, so I decided to use it. But here's some of the fun colors that I did. Aren't those cute? And I used A Wild Rose, and I used the stamp set along with the dies. So, without further ado, let's make a bag. Okay, before we get started, I just wanted to show you in the catalog where these bags are, and it's on page 173, and this replaces the striped bag that was in the catalog last year. And as I mentioned before, you can get 10 bags, and they're 4 3/4 by 6 1/2. They're treat bags, and they're $5.50 for 10 of those bags. And it comes from this catalog. And if you're interested in receiving a catalog and you don't already have a current demonstrator, I would love to be yours. So just message me on the email that will be at the end of this video. All right. Okay, enough of that. Let's get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a flower. I'm going to use the Rococo Rose. I have to check myself because in the past videos, every time I was getting ready to say Rococo, I would say terracotta. So, terracotta tile. I don't know why, but that's the way it was. Okay, now I'm going to check this and see before I do it. I think, actually, okay. I want to check and see if I'm going to be happy with full ink with it. So just give me a second. And let me try this. Of course, this is not Whisper White, so it doesn't do as well, but I think I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to stamp off and then stamp here. I don't think I want full strength. Alrighty, and you'll notice I have marked a black marker. I said this in my previous video, but on the back side of the stamp I did a black marker so that I would know which way was up every time and which way to stamp it every time. So it makes it super easy to just line up where, because it's kind of a hard flower to line up. It's a hard stamp thing to line up. So when you do it in the very beginning, when you first get them, go ahead and determine which direction that they go and then line them up. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take some crumb cake. And it's okay that I didn't line it up perfectly. I will cut it out and that will be taken care of. So I'm going to take some crumb cake and just go right there in the middle of that flower. Then I'm going to create my leaves, and I need 2 stamped leaves, so I'll just put those over here. And then I'm going to fill them in with the form. It's really kind of hard to do when you're sitting back and trying not to get your head in the camera. I'm going to try it again. Okay, now I'm bringing in my die cutting machine. These are actually no longer sold by Stampin' Up, and so whatever die cutting machine that you have will work fine. Helps if I put it where I can see it, right? And then I should have lined these up, but there's a curve right here of this flower, and that helps me to line it up every time. So there we go, right there. And I only have one of these, so I'm going to just cut this one out for right now, and then I'll come back and do the second one. Okay, I cut this down, and I am going to also bring in two other pieces. I'm going to bring in the Rococo Rose and a piece of Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to cut my leaf out here, and you'll notice that right here when I did the fill-in stamp that it did more than one stem, but when I cut it out, it's only going to have the one, and it's going to work perfectly. And then I'm going to use this one, which is actually just going to do an outline of a stamp. This one I love. It is so pretty, and it's going to give me some lattice work. Okay, so now let's get started assembling our project. And what I'll start with is my beautiful flower and my leaves. And I brought in my silicone mat because I can use my snail here. I can actually go on the snail and then rub it up like that, and that glue comes right off, and I love that about it. So I'm just going to add a little bit to the front of the leaves. I'm going to place them right here like this. And then I don't need this much of it, so I'm just going to cut it in half, and then that way I can use another one later. And I'm going to just go over that, and I'm going to place that right here, just at an angle. I love that lattice work. It's so, so pretty. And then just going to place this right in here, right next to it, like that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some ribbon. This is the Rococo Rose ribbon, and I cut about, including the points, it was right about 12 inches of ribbon. And I'm going to use a glue dot. You might be looking at my glue dot thing thinking, what is that tacky bow on there for? But if you'll notice, it lets me stay closed. It doesn't unwind everywhere. And I can put this ribbon on it, and then it stays right where I need it to be. And as it gets smaller, I can just tie it a little smaller. All right, so I put a glue dot in there because I want to keep it together like that. And then I'm just going to put some snail across this and place it right about in here on my project, like that. Then I'm going to take this last little leaf that I cut out, and it's a cutout of a leaf, but it just brings a little bit of interest to the piece. I'm going to place it right there. Then I'm going to flip it all over, and I'm going to add dimensionals. So I can get this out of the way now. And I'm being generous with my dimensionals because I want it to, this is how I'm adhering it to my bag, and I want it to stay pretty well. And I want it to be popped up from the bag and bring interest also. So, whoops. I had so much fun creating these, and I always enjoy passing these out at Bunco and watching the ladies as they open up their prizes. It's so fun. They never know what they're getting. They do know they're going to have a fun night, but they never know what the prizes are going to be. Okay, there we go. And then you just lay it across like that. And you've got a beautifully decorated bag. Isn't that pretty? And you could put anything. You could actually make cards and stick some cards and envelopes down inside and give as a gift. You could also take Wink of Stella and you could shine this up a little bit. and that would be gorgeous. But I just thought this was such a pretty project, and I wanted to bring it to you and inspire you to create as well. Don't just give a little bag to somebody. Put your little signature on it as well. All right, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, but you would like to, click subscribe and ring that little bell, and you'll get notice when I have future videos coming out, which is Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you so much. Have a great day.